Hello, this is Loopline. In this video I'm going to go over how to filter lists against the negative word list. So if you happen to have URLs that you want to take out because they are on a particular theme that you don't want, or a niche that you don't want, or something like that, you can do that. Now there's a couple different ways you can do it. First of all, let's say I have a negative word list and I just want to get rid of things like gambling or pornography or pharmacy or that sort of stuff. I can make a negative word list, and I have one already made up and saved off. And so go here to filter remove and remove URLs containing entries from, and then we're going to choose that text list here, and I'm going to choose negative word list, and it's going to remove any URLs, and you can see it got rid of about 4,000 URLs. Now that is URLs that happen to have my particular word from my negative word list in it. So my negative word list looks like this. And so if I happen to have those words in a URL, then it's going to remove them. However, that may not necessarily qualify, because if it happens to be a site like this where it happens to be a domain name and then the post is not SEO geared so that the URLs, or the words rather, aren't in the URL, then it's not going to do it. So in that case we can use the page scanner add-on. So basically, if you don't have it, go to show available add-ons and find the page scanner add-on and then install it. And I'm going to go here to the page scanner, and then let's load in the list of URLs from ScrapeBox, and then we're going to need to make a footprint. So we just do edit footprints, and let's say we're going to call this the negative word list, but let me just pop in, let's do sex, pharmacy, and gambling. Now what this is going to do is it's going to look for any of these three words on the page. If they're on the page, it's going to show found, and so we can discard those URLs. If they're not on the page, then we know that it doesn't have those particular words on there. Now obviously you could use this for any words you want, but let's add the entry and we'll just call it negative. And make sure it's checked off there, and then we're just going to hit start. I'm just going to leave it on 10 connections and let it run. Now if it's found, it'll show in the result here, it'll show negative. Now the thing about this is so for instance, here's one that has it and another, so we can see those words are found on that page. Now if this is URLs you're looking at that an end user has created the content, then it's probably a lot safer. But let's say this is blog comments or forum URLs or anything else where any user can contribute to the content. Well, if in one of the comments, the blog comments, or one of the posts, someone happens to use one of your negative words like pharmacy or gambling or sex, say they're out promoting that site and they're another SEO or a link builder or whatever out there, you get the point. Someone out there promoting their site, or they happen to use the word in a negative term, which you'd be fine with, but they happen to use it on the page, then it's going to show up. So you can see it shows up even with those three words. They show up quite a bit. And so if you're not careful with the page scanner, you can eliminate and get a lot of false positives. You might have a blog post that happens to be about why trees grow better in the rainforest than they do in Antarctica, which is obvious, but say you had a thing about why trees grow great in the rainforest, a particular kind of tree. It's a great article, it's right on your niche, it's high page rank, low OBL, and there do follow links and the whole 9 yards, but someone has come along and made a comment on there that happens to have the word gambling in it because they're promoting their gambling site. Well, the whole page content's not about gambling, but if you went ahead and ruled that out based on this, you could lose some really good links. So you just want to be careful in your footprints on your page scanner that you don't go wild and include all kinds of words. Otherwise you can filter out a lot of false positives very quickly and lose a lot of good links. The other thing to note is on footprints you can also do the AND operator. So you can do this sort of thing where you can do, if it has sex and you do a % A&D and another % sign and the pharmacy, then you could do it. Or let's say you wanted to do sex and porn, and then you wanted to do, or it could have pharmacy and Viagra. I think that's how you spell it. I get a lot of stupid spam emails about it. So let's say if it had either one of those, then you would do it. And so if we apply that sort of a footprint, because it's requiring both words to be there, it'll tighten things up. So if you can use two words that you know are pretty much almost always going to be synonymous, and if the page content is about that theme, that they're most likely to show up, you can see that we have narrowed it down and gotten rid of a few of them, but it's obvious that we could still see those words. We still have a lot of them, so we can still see those words together in comments about other things. So just be careful that you don't rule out a lot of false positives there. But that's how you can use the page scanner to remove negative words, and then you can also use a negative word list to take URLs out that have your negative words in it that you want to get rid of. And that is how you can use ScrapeBox to filter your list for negative words.